The new firm is called NEX Group, NEX. Just for the avoidance of doubt, this is not an acronym for anything else. It was a short, abbreviated, punchy name that we came up with, which doesn't apparently mean anything offensive in any language. The transaction splitting what was ICAP, which I founded 30 years ago, happened at the end of December. The voice broking business of ICAP, 3,000 staff, 60 offices around the world, was sold in its entirety to Tullett Prebon, one of our long-standing competitors, run by a very good friend of mine, John Lothian, and that has been renamed Tullett Prebon ICAP. It's the biggest voice broking firm in the world. They will continue to run the ICAP brand name and the Tullett Prebon brand name, and as a result of that, the ICAP brand name went with that transaction. I left running the business, which obviously I just said has been renamed NEX Group, which is a technology-focused series of assets. At the core of this are our transaction assets, formerly EBS and BrokerTech. So we have the business which is the largest transaction platform for US Treasuries in the world, a benchmark product for us, US Treasuries, repo, European government bonds, European repo. What was formerly EBS, the foreign exchange platform, the largest platform for dollar euro, dollar yen, Swiss franc, and many other currencies, Chinese renminbi, Asian non-deliverable forwards and many others, a very big global platform in foreign exchange, and various other transaction markets as well. That's within the division which we call NEX Markets. Then we have another division called NEX Optimization, which is around the risk management assets that we have, and trade processing and trade reporting. Principal amongst these well-known businesses are Trioptima, Triana, Reset, Rematch, and several others. We are defeasing or downplaying the original brand names of these and really focusing on creating a strong identity for the NEX Group. And so we really refer to our divisions as NEX Markets, NEX Optimizations, and the traditional brand names will be faded out slowly. We also have a division which is responsible for looking for early stage fintech businesses, which we think could play a major part in the wholesale financial markets going forward. And we've made a number of investments in that, some of them doing very, very well, and we've progressively increased our shareholding in the assets that we like. We recently, for example, bought Enzo and Duco and Abide, and there are many other businesses that we're invested in and continue to look to invest in. So that is our portfolio of assets, and we have a small exchange business as well called NEX Exchange, and that is the totality of our business, about 1,900 staff and 8-9 offices around the world, a much more manageable group, I might say, than my previous responsibilities. The tech assets, I think, are a great growth opportunity. And my vision is to, my dream, if I might say, and it's important to have dreams in business, is to build the world-leading business that's involved in OTC transactions. Of course, there are lots of competitors in this space. I'm not representing that there aren't some very, very competent competitors. You've got, obviously, Bloomberg is a big competitor, Thomson Reuters, MTS, Currenex, Hotspots. There are many competitors out there, but nobody has yet built a really world-class, multi-product, multi-geography OTC transaction platform. And we see us expanding our product range. For example, we're not in credit yet, we don't have any commodities, we are still relatively at the early stage in forward foreign exchange. So expanding our product range, expanding our geography, and expanding our clientele. Historically, our business in transaction was very much built around the sell side, the high-frequency trading firms, and a small number of hedge funds. We now see ourselves expanding our customer base, obviously with those clients, but also towards the buy side, asset managers, and indeed to corporate sovereigns and supranationals. So there's a big opportunity in the transaction space. In the trade processing optimization space as well, there's a lot of innovation going on. There are more and more customers coming on our platform. We've got regulatory change coming in Europe. We've got MiFID II coming. And all of those issues which drives demand for many new services within that space, and we are then going to market the entire NEX Group as a broad service provider, as opposed to marketing siloed products. And there are lots of synergies around that, and indeed technology synergies and savings as well. It's a very big opportunity, a very exciting time. The technology revolution in our industry is only at its early stage, in my opinion. We've seen a big recovery in financial stocks recently. As you know, bank stocks in the United States have been some of the strongest, perhaps the strongest performing equities on the US market. We're seeing a recovery, I think, globally in the financial services industry, but the opportunity is around how technology can service that industry more efficiently, more safely, more cheaply, across the spectrum. And there is so much innovation taking place. And we haven't even mentioned blockchain, of course, which is a very topical subject. So yes, it is absolutely the right time, and it's a great and exciting time to be a part of it.